So, I got me Windows 11 preview insider preview demo. It's still in development mode, so it's not available to the general public. However, I'm going to show you how to install it on a virtual machine using VMware. That way, if you want to try it yourself, you can. However, if you really want to see it without actually putting it on your computer or installing other software, let me know. You probably have TeamViewer or AnyDesk on your computer if you're an existing client. And you've probably had me remote into your computer to fix something or to look at something or help troubleshoot a problem. Actually, it works in reverse, so I can put TeamViewer on Windows 11. I tested it. It does work. Same with AnyDesk. I've put it on and I can install it, and then I can give you the codes, and you can reverse back into Windows 11 and kind of look around and tinker with it. Now, the only thing bad with using TeamViewer is if you're looking for that pretty little wallpaper. If you're looking for that, it's going to, of course, disappear. So it'll just be a black screen, but it is Windows 11. So I'm going to install it, a fresh install, so you guys can watch me do this. If you saw my previous video, you saw that my computer, Windows said that, or Microsoft said that my computer was not compatible with Windows 11. Just out of curiosity, I hate the Microsoft, the way they do things. So I went and looked at the preview option and joined the preview, insider preview, which is, those who are much like Windows 10, they put it out there for everyone to download, but they're doing it a little bit different with Windows 11. They are actually, you have to be a member of their site. So it took me a little while to have someone send me an actual ISO to do this, because I hate that they make you do that. So without any further ado, let me show you this. We're going to create a new virtual machine. Now, why is this important? Simply because one of the biggest things we saw with the advertisements for Windows 11 was that you had to have internet and you had to have a Microsoft account. I have confirmed that that is not the case. You do have to have internet to start it up, to get the initial install going. But once you've done that, you can create a local account. And as I've told people time and time again, just say no to Microsoft accounts. And so by creating a local account, you basically tell Microsoft, stick it. I don't want you to have all my information. So we're going to create, like I said, a new, as you see, this is the 2200 build, which is what's available to preview. We're going to open that. We're going to go next. Microsoft Windows 10, because VMware have not been updated yet. We're going to name this Windows 11. You see it's actually going to go, I need to put this into my virtual machine folder. And click here. We're going to create a new folder, and we're going to call it Windows 11. Yeah, and just quirky little things with VMware that I'm aware of. Windows 11, here we go. So, here we go. We're going to give it 128 gigabytes of hard drive space, simply because I think I've seen that as kind of like a minimum reference. So, we're going to install. Now, if you're doing a virtual machine for testing, you need to configure it so it will connect to the internet. So Bluetooth is off. This is my network card. Okay. Bridge, replicate, power on. Okay, good. So like I said, when you first start the install process, you do need internet because it needs to download updates. However, you're going to watch me break this and force it to do a local account, which is the biggest fear. A lot of us who are concerned about Microsoft being Microsoft, and looking at all of your stuff. Yeah. So here we go. We're going to get this installer going. Yes, boot from a DVD. Now again, remember this is the Insider Preview version that I have, which is available for download from the Microsoft development stuff. It's still development mode. It is not ready for the public. So I want you to be aware of this. So I would not recommend going and installing this on your PCs. You're probably not going to have much of a choice here come October when they start cramming it down everyone's throats. But this is why I wanted to see it. Product key, at the moment there is no product key. I'm sure developers have it. So, and just like Windows 10, it gives you the options, so we're going to do the Home Edition. Pro Edition gives you a few extra options. Most of you will not need the Pro Edition. Home Edition will be fine. So we're going to do next. Yes, we're going to agree to this license. We're going to do a custom install. And we're going to let Microsoft do its thing at this point. Now this is actually a pretty quick install. If you remember the days of Windows 10 and you first installed it, Windows 10 was actually very quick. And what I've seen with Windows 11 so far, because I've already installed it, tested it, and I wanted to make sure things worked before recording this, Windows 11 is pretty quick. Browsers respond properly. The settings, you can adjust the settings and so on and so forth. It actually reads my processor, even though it says, hey, you're not capable, your computer is not eligible for this because it's, not, whatever. They didn't put the TPN in for it, or they didn't acknowledge the processor, whatever. I will show you that in the settings that it does work on my processor. Now this is a virtual machine. If I did it on, actual machine, I don't know. We'll see. But VPNs, virtual machines are supposed to be kind of clones to an extent where it mimics the information. So we will see. So like I said, now we're waiting for it to finish installing. I wanted you all to see this. It normally takes about, even when Windows 10 first came out, it took about 10 minutes. This usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes too. And then we'll actually get into it, and then I will show you how to break Windows 11 so you can create a local account, at least on a virtual machine. Now, on a physical machine, it's going to be a little bit harder to do, especially on laptops where they're connected wirelessly. So, yeah, if you're going to upgrade up to Windows 11 when they kind of force it on you later on, yeah, that might be a problem. So we shall see, but at least on the virtual machine I can show you how to break it, so that will work on a desktop, and laptops I'm not real sure unless you're doing a hardwire. We'll have to wait and see. So it's installing the updates, restarting. There's the logo for Windows 11. Note it's a square, not slanted like Windows 10. Let me move this over here. So yeah, Windows 10, remember, it's kind of the slanted one. This is now more square. I think if you've watched any of the videos on it, you've seen that already. That's why I said it's still in development mode, because I think I've seen this slanted window a couple of times in other places where I were looking, where it hasn't, Microsoft has not straightened out the windows yet. But hey, it is what it is. It's for tech review for people like me. It's to kind of give us the knowledge of what to prepare for when they cram it down everyone's throat here in about 3 months and say, oh, it broke? I'm sorry. Too bad. So, just to be aware, if you wake up one day and you got Windows 11, and if you've seen my video that was released today is the 29th, or a post, I'm sorry, it was a post I made yesterday, there's a comment in there that if you upgrade to a Windows 11 and it breaks, the only way to fix it, you want to go back to Windows 10, the only way to fix it, there is no recovery option for Windows 11, especially for preview preview and for beta view, there is no reversing it. Hopefully they'll add that to the later when they give it to the public preview. Hopefully they'll put that in there so you can revert back to Windows 10 if you don't like it. However, as of right now, if you screw up your Windows 11 installation, the only thing you can do is wipe and reinstall. Hence the reason why you don't put it on a live machine. Use a virtual machine or a piece of crap computer that you have somewhere that'll let you install it without, that has the minimum requirements. So here we go. Nice new fancy icon. Now you might hear some sound effects in the background. That's the new one. So we are in the United States, obviously. Helps when my mouse clicks. Excuse me, have an itch. We're using a USA keyboard. No, we're not going to add another keyboard because I only speak one language. That's American. I know. Heaven forbid. Checking for updates. So this is where you need the internet when you first install it. Now, when you do the upgrade process, I don't know if you need it there. Maybe that's a video for another time. I'll use the video, the studio, to do an upgrade versus a fresh install and see how that works. Here we go. So this is where Microsoft says, hey, sign into your Microsoft account. No. If you try and do this, you know, you can forget your, I forgot my username and it'll you sign in with a secure key. No. At this point, this is where it's going to get a lot of people. And this is why I want you to be aware of this. That's why I said, say no to Microsoft accounts. This is a Microsoft account. Don't create it. In this case, if you are upgrading a desktop and you have an Ethernet cord in it, go pull the Ethernet cord. I know, that sounds like redundant, right? If you're doing it from a virtual machine, like VMware, I don't know about VirtualBox, but from VMware, you can do this. You can go into your machine settings, go into your adapter, turn it off. Now I no longer have internet to the virtual machine. Let's see. It's going to make me go back. Look, I can create a local account. Oh my God. So I'm going to call this Windows 11. And we're going to give it a super rememberable password. None. Do not recommend that. If you are doing this on a real computer, please put a password in. I'm just doing this for the video and tutorial, and those for people who want to take a look at it remotely, we can do that. Yeah, accept all the settings. Hi. Yep. From here, Windows 11 from a fresh install will continue to install without the internet. I know. Microsoft was telling us, and every other tech in the world was telling us, no, you need a Microsoft account. You need a Microsoft account. You need a Microsoft account. No, you don't. At least for now. That's not to say they won't change it later on. But for now, you can bypass this. And this is important because I have clients who live way out in BFE who don't have internet. They have Windows, Windows 7, Windows 10 machines. They don't have internet. They use it to type their letters and do their spreadsheets, run their businesses without internet. Yes, I know you can run a business without an internet connection. Rare, but you can. So yeah, I do have clients who live way out in the boonies who do not have internet, who may want to have the Windows 11 on their computer because it's nice so far that I've seen. But yeah, if you don't have internet, then what? Well, that's what I wanted to make sure that you could get into a local account, because for those like myself who don't want Microsoft to have any more information than they have to, that's how you do it. So, ta-da, there we go. Windows 11. So as you can see, I'm not connected to the internet. We are up and running. Now, you'll note that a lot of these tiles are not working because they do require internet connectivity. I'm going to show you. It's going to go into settings, it's going to show I'm not activated, and that's fine because with Windows 11 not being activated, and you see it says local account, not a Microsoft account, and these are new things I've seen in the previews. So yeah, let me go into, yeah, it's not activated. Dev modes I don't think are generally activated. It's not till later on that the activation is kind of forced. And much like Windows 10, I've found out you've got people who can run Windows 10 forever without ever activating it. The only thing it does is things like personalizing. It locks out. You can't change your background papers or your wallpapers and stuff like that. But that's okay. So we are now going to go back into here. Now, if this was your personal computer, you was upgrading it, you would plug your Ethernet cord or turn your Wi-Fi back on. In my case, since I'm using a virtual machine, I'm going to turn my Ethernet back on. Now I'm connected to the internet, and we can go get updates. See, updates are ready. This just came out 2 days ago, or yesterday. Released to the public. Well, at least released to techies, and we've already got a security update. Wow, Microsoft. Anyways, as you can see, your toolbar is centered. My date and time is off because it wants to think that it is in California. So let's change that. Because, sorry, I'm not in California. I'm going to go Eastern. There we go. Date and time has changed. This is your search box. I've showed you search boxes before. On Windows 10, it's the big wide box at the bottom, or the magnifying glass. This is the search box there. This is desktops, Windows 10, or you could do multiple desktops or task view. The thing is, Windows 10 has done this and Windows 7 has done this for years. Just, if you've never used it, you will never use it now. Widgets. So widgets work if you have a Microsoft account. Yes, because they want to know everything about you. So, again, don't sign into Microsoft. Yeah, widgets are nice because, on Windows 10 down here, you get this. This is a local account. And so I've got the widget. Apparently Microsoft is going to kind of like force it upon you. Move this over the way. There we go. So this is the new store. Again, half of the store does not work because you have to sign in. What the hell? It looks pretty. Looks still very much like the Windows 10 store. It'll probably be upgraded here soon, just to let you know. Pretty little colors. Look, they changed all this. Someone was talking about it was a rounded corner. I've still got square corners, but we're still in development mode for Windows 10 or Windows 11, so it's okay. But we do have the colors, which is nice. The color coding will greatly help. This PC, you can see, and that's the ISO that was the installer. So it took up about 16 gigs roughly for the operating system, and of course you can see it's pretty quick. Of course, Windows 10, when it was first introduced, was very quick too. So yeah, to go get anything off the internet, I don't have Firefox or Google Chrome or anything like that installed yet, so we're going to go and let Edge do its thing. Complete, confirm, no. But you could do all this if you just sign in. No. Don't do Microsoft accounts. So we're going to go grab Chrome and Firefox. And let's see. Zoom I can't use. I'm on a virtual machine. K-Lite, that's for video updates. And let's see. We're going to do all the Javas. And that one and that one and Foxit and LibreOffice because I refuse to pay for Microsoft Office 365. That's why I generally use Google Docs. Team Viewer, that way if any of you wanted to remote in and take a look at it yourself, you can. Just schedule a time. And we're going to get our updates. Those of you who are familiar with how we operate, we tend to use this website to get a lot of your initial download stuff. it'll be interesting to see how this works for data recovery later on. I'm assuming you could probably hook it into a network with no problems. I just don't want to do it quite yet. Want a few more updates to go through before I go and put it into my network. I mean, it is connected indirectly. I'm sure I could go and get into the server from Windows 11. I'm just not going to do it quite yet. Okay, so let's minimize that, close that, let that finish installing. As you can see, Firefox is already installed. I suppose we ought to put this into full screen mode. So like I said, you can't personalize it unless it's activated, but you can change your screen resolution. So let's go put this. My screen is a 1920 by 1080, and we are going to full screen mode it, and we're going to keep the changes for now. Like I said, there's your sound settings. Notifications and actions looks just like Windows 10. Focus assistant, power and sleep, turns off the screen in 10 minutes. You know, these all, if you're familiar with Windows 10, these all look just like they did before. So there's that, remote desktop. That'll probably get disabled. Yeah. So at least on the home edition they've got this. So let me show you this. This is going to look at my computer and say, if you saw my video the last time, it said your computer was not capable of running Windows 11 because, well, you know, Microsoft. There you go. There's my AMD Threadripper 16-core dual threads. It is operating this so far with not a problem. You know, as you can see, it's Windows 11 Home. It's in development mode still. So yeah, there is that. So yeah, and then, you know, you can change your product keys and so on and so forth. We'll see how all of that works later. BitLocker settings. Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how this works later on, because I've seen in the past where BitLocker is a wonderful thing, and this is why that requirement for TPN 2.0 is involved, because that does a lot of your BitLocker stuff to encrypt your hard drive. So if someone ripped your hard drive out of your computer and tried to put it into another computer, it's unreadable. Don't do that. Unless you're using an external drive and backing up your stuff. I don't want to say don't do that. If you have a need to do that, then do that. But if you brought your computer to me because a hard drive is starting to fail and you want me to do data recovery, if you got BitLocker turned on, I can't get it. So just to let you know, it's a good program to have, especially if you're in a corporate environment or a business environment and you're doing R&D stuff, or you need to really lock down a computer. BitLocker is great in that regards, but yeah, no. No. So device manager looks pretty much the same as Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows XP. So that's good. System protections. Remember, I've always told people, turn on your restore points. I'm going to leave it off because this is just I'm sure I'll wipe and reinstall Windows 11 multiple times over the months to come. But yeah, remember, go in there and turn those on. Advanced system settings. I don't think there's a... Yeah, if you want to change your advanced system settings, graphic settings, okay. So far so good. Again, let me go back to accounts. You need to activate it for you can personalize. Yeah, see? Local account. Don't do the Microsoft account. Please, to God, don't do the Microsoft account. Unless you're already paying for Microsoft for 365, which I don't know why. You know, business world, I can kind of see businesses paying for Office 365, but for individual people, LibreOffice works just fine. Google Drive works just fine. You know, if you are in business and you absolutely need the Office product, then by all means use it, but LibreOffice does just about everything. So, and it's compatible with Microsoft 365 or Office 365 and Office 2019, and you know what, the price is right, it's free. Of course, LibreOffice does ask, hey, once a year they do a donation drive. So if you want to throw them a few bucks once a year, that would be greatly appreciated. Let's see, what else? Alright, so yeah, like I said, your toolbar is centered. I can't change it because I don't have Windows activated, but that's okay. But that's your start button, and there's your power on and off. Recommendations, settings is where you go to look at your settings. We've seen this already. This is your search box, or however you want to do it. Task view, we've already talked about this. Browser, we've already talked about this. Oh yeah. So excuse me, you still can pin new software to your taskbar. So you do right click on Firefox and you pin it to your taskbar, and ta-da, there it is. Same with Google Chrome. Pin it to your taskbar, ta-da, there it is. That's going to be really, really nice. Now I can't, like I said, I can't change customize taskbar settings because I don't have it activated. But I'm assuming you could probably make those bigger, smaller, up and down, so on and so forth. Alright, so let's take a look. Okay, skip because it's already installed. Yep, great. TeamViewer is already on here. Good. So those people who want to use TeamViewer to take a look at this without actually installing it on their computer, you can. Just remember that when you use TeamViewer, this background wallpaper disappears. It'll be a black screen. Sorry. And let's go and let's take a look at this and see if my updates have finished. Nope, it didn't. But that's it. Fresh install of Windows 11 from an ISO. It works. Works on my computer, even though the PC health checker said nope. You can create you can create local accounts. Yep. So you can give Microsoft the big finger. Not like they can't look at your stuff anyways, but at least you can hinder it. So yeah, you can make local accounts. So that's going to greatly help techie people like me. Yeah, don't do Microsoft accounts. You get locked out of your Microsoft account. I can't fix it. So, but yeah, there you go. This is it in a nutshell. Let's look at Firefox real quick. It's going to do a basic setup. That was pretty quick. Close tabs. And we're going to look at Chrome. Pretty quick. So, and if I remember the days of Windows 10 when it first came out, went into preview mode, it was pretty quick too. It's only slowed down in the last, I don't know, 7 years of updates that it's done that. So that's it in a nutshell so far. If you want to do a remote and look at Windows 11 yourself without actually having to download it, give me a call, schedule time. I'll activate TeamViewer. We'll make sure you got TeamViewer on your computer and you can kind of remote in and look at it yourself. But like I said, just remember when you're logged in, this is the reason why I want to be here, because I want to make sure that if you have any problems or complications or anything like that, that's why I'm watching. Hey, there's my update that wants to go through finally. Look, the dot is back. So we're going to do an update and restart, which that's how it works. So anyways, that was my preview. I promised you all. Like I said, my video came out today to be cautious and aware about it. We've still got 3 months to go to see what Microsoft does. So I still think that come October, November, unless they delay it, we start seeing problems with forceful Windows 11 updates. Hopefully they won't do that, but we'll see. We'll see. So anyways, that's my video. Talk to you guys later. You guys have a great day.